Hey, we're here at the, what is this, Hot VW's Drag Day. And just checking out and showing you guys what happens at Hot VW's Drag Day. Yeah, he's just chilling. You got the single cab. He's got the barbecue going. This is kind of happening a lot of places.
It's always a beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful day. And you hear the cars in the background. Let's go look at some of the cars that are out there. There's a few cars here. We'll go check them out. Talk to you guys a little bit later. All right, so we're just going to check out some of these cars. This is kind of a deep maroon color. Well, kind of interesting. I'm not really totally into that color, but I think the car was really nice and beautifully done. Carmen Gia. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. Some of what I'm doing is like, that's my car there. So I'm just kind of panning through some of them, and some of the nicer ones I kind of stop at them for different reasons. Some of them are really nice. And then some of them just have some unique things, like this one here, Super Beetle. They got rid of the windows and put flames on it, right-hand drive. Something different, you know. Might as well do that. I mean, if you got a Super Beetle, and if it was already cut up or something, that's kind of a good idea. There's another one later in the video that he did in the 80s, and we'll be looking at that one. And he brought it back to life, and just, you know, it was like the roof was cut off of it, so why not keep it that way? We'll talk about that in a little while. But this is a GTV right here. This yellow car that you just saw a glimpse of, those were MP GTV, kind of a rare machine. There's not that many of them around still. Original paint. And this is a cool oval right here. Nicely set up. The narrowed look, if you're into that. I like when it's narrowed and they put the wider tires on it all the way to the edge of the fender. It's just not really my style there, but a lot of guys like that. So, early oval. Really nice looking single cab. Early one, you notice the bumpers on it. It's got the press bumpers. So it's got to be 58, I think, or earlier. 57. I'm not sure when that was. I don't really remember. I think mine was a 58, and or 57, and it was a press bumper. One I had. And you can see the early tail lights on it. Those are the, I think that's 57 then, or earlier. This is a Brazilian bus or a Mexican. I'm not sure. I know that Brazil had them, but I'm not sure. Maybe Mexico had them too. Maybe somebody can comment that. Yeah, this one says Mexicana. We probably registered it as a 70s bus, you know, 74, so you can get tags on it. But it's actually like a 90s, 2000. So yeah, nice black, silver. This is a really nice bus. This guy really worked hard on this. Bought it as a shell, built it up, and built it to a really nice bus. I was listening to him talk to somebody while I was walking around. Bought it in Huntington Beach, no rust, or something like that. Beach area, no rust. And this one's just all patina. And the yellow one had a really nice little camper setup in there. I thought was pretty cool. So I wanted to kind of show you guys that. And of course, the Bug Eyes window cover. Sunroof car. Is that an original rack? I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to look at that close. And then the old conversion car. These are pretty cool. Going up in value quite a bit. And I think this is a fiberglass conversion. It had a nice motor in it. Looked like it'd be pretty fun to drive. Lightweight fiberglass car with big motor in it. Dual carbs. Nice looking Super here. Really nice, clean Super. You know, they're starting to see more of these now coming out. The value of them starting to go up a little. Then we got a, I don't know if that's a Manx or a copy. A lot of these, what they call things here. I used to remember seeing those when I was a kid, driving by the dealer, and I said, "What is that thing?" And by Econo Motors in Riverside, actually to be specific, and going, "What is that thing?" And they go, "It's a thing." I go, "What? It can't be a thing." "No, that's what it's called." In the U.S., you guys in the UK, I think it's Trekker. I'm not sure. Trekker. Here it was called a thing. Marketing. Volkswagen's marketing is the best in the world. They have always, their marketing, if you look at all their old commercials and things. Here's that bug. This guy had cut this up early 80s. Don't think that he just all of a sudden did this. We did it in the 80s and he just brought it back to life. I was talking to him for a little while. Went back to the old school. Might as well. I can't do anything else with the car, so yeah, there's a nice sunroof car. Did they make those factory sunroof? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one. It's really cool. But is it a factory sunroof, or did they even make them? Maybe added it. I don't know. Safari windows. Was that a 21 or 23? I couldn't get the back side of it. I think I got back there to look at it. It's kind of running through the show a little quicker. I was there, kind of showed up late, so. And filming wasn't that great early in the morning because of clouds, if you notice. Makes the colors kind of dull. A really nice Gia here. Got some really nice underhood work there. And the trunk, cleaned it up really nice. Painted it. It's a lot of work to do one of those trunks in a Gia. And black and silver. The good old, another Super. They're around. They're, some of them are getting fixed up and going back to original. Some of them are. Some guys are, it's interesting. We used to be, we cut all those cars up. Send it to the junkyard. Now it's save it. Same with the bay windows. A lot of guys are saving these, they're really becoming popular. They drive really nice compared to the splitties. Very small differences they did, and it makes it drive a lot different. So we're getting to some of the earlier cars up here coming up. Just kind of cruising through this part of the show and kind of slowing down, taking a look at these little, all the cars. You kind of can look at the vast size of the show. It was actually bigger than it seemed. It was small looking when I drove up, and then I started walking it, and I'm going, man, there's a lot of cars here. So it was, oh, this is a really cool car. This is original paint. You can just see how it's burned through. Dent still in the car, just the way it was. Whatever that is. What is it, 64? Is that what it is? Looks like one. Can't really. The windows are bigger, maybe 65. Yeah, 65. And just original. Really cool. Love to see them like that. A lot of guys never get to see that. Nice Baja here, that yellow one. Really nice. And double cab. I don't think those are all imports, I think, here in the U.S. So people brought them home. Coming in the military, they'd bring one of these things home, and that's usually how they got here. So we had a lot of them in Riverside because we have a Air Force base. So a lot of people brought home cars from Europe. And that's kind of how they got so popular in Riverside. Riverside was pretty much one of the largest importers in the world, or in the U.S., of Volkswagens, Econo Motors. That's the origination, and where the MP started with Joe Vitone in Riverside, along with another guy from Orange County. So right here in Southern California is where MP actually started. The original MP, not this MP we know now. They just took the name and continued on with it when it expired. So another notch. Oh, is that early notch? Oh, these are cool. The type. These were all imported too, I believe. We didn't. You couldn't go to the dealer and buy one of these, I don't think, here. So same thing. They all came usually from people in the military because you can bring a car home. So yeah, really nice looking bus here. Another really clean one. We're getting into the ovals coming up here. A couple of the Zwitters. It's really interesting how these seats are more narrow than the others, if you guys notice that. The bottoms, the steering wheel is that batwing wheel. This is, I think, a 55, 54, 55, 55, I think. And it should have, we were looking at it, should have egg tail lights on it with the stuff that's on it. Can't remember if this is that one or this is a different one. Maybe this one was, because it has Euro bumpers on it. There was another one with it's this one that had the American spec bumpers, and it had hearts. Let's see if this is it. I'm not sure. It had heart tail lights. If you guys want to know what those are, those are heart tail lights we showed in the last car. Same thing, narrow seats. Is it a 3-fold rag? Should be. But it's a 3-fold rag, so it's got to be a late 55. It's got to be one of those weird 55 unless they grafted the roof. Who knows? This is one of my favorite single cab or double cabs. It's a really nice one. And we got the nice looking bug there. I think it's a late model too. These are all done really nice. Well, this area of cars is all, I forget what they are, which club they are. Is it German Volks? You guys might know. I don't know. Not a club guy, so I don't do that. An interesting set of wheels there, a little different. A little later car with a rag, it's like 63 rag, I think. 62. There's a Zwitter, I believe. If I show the dash inside, I think I got distracted here. No, it's Zwitter. So yeah. So 53 early, and then 53 late, I think, had the oval window. Not, like I said, I'm not an oval window expert, so don't go by what I say. Anyway. Thing looks sweet on that trailer, man.
Looks even better than somebody else's driveway.
Yeah, that's right. So this is one of the nicest 67 Westphalias. I said 66 or 7.
Alright, here we go. Last racing. Real Street, round number 1. Coming to the watermark.
It's really
right
nice.
now.
I mean, that thing's restored to the nines. That thing's just beautiful. Look at that. That's really nice. And that's a pearl white. Looks like original color.
This is supposed to be what Jason with 5150's channel is supposed to look like. 66, 67.
I could tell. I mean, it was just, couldn't tell, but I could tell it was just too new and perfectly good. Nice new pop-up on it. The video actually. Polished. Yellow seat windows.
67.
Really nice.
Backup lights.
Really fortunate to get a video of that. It's spot on. Really nice. Excellent job. One of the nicest cars there. Got to sit in this car for a little bit. Wow, what an amazing technology that is. I'll tell you, that's the best. That's some serious wheel hop right there. Oh, he missed a shift.
Jamie Stark gonna be your winner, 6. They want you to know it's northbound. Samantha Dressman, left lane 1171. Andrew Cardenas over in the right lane. Andrew is. Left lane, your winner, Samantha Dressman, 78 on that. Win on that 18 dial.
Ron didn't want to burn out today. No.
Wow, what a drag race. Anthony Hearns drives around on the big end. 575 beats at 589.